What's going on, everybody? It's that Bearded One back with another beer review. As you can notice, I'm sitting in a new spot in my kitchen. I recently upgraded and spent a little money to kind of reinvest into the channel. I have a new stand, a new microphone, which I'm not too sure you will be noticeable to you guys. I feel like I'm really going to have to project to get my voice on there. But I did compare it back to back with my phone's microphone, and it is an upgrade. So that's better than nothing. I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and spend a little extra money and get a lavalier mic. That'll probably be the next purchase I make, at least when it comes to investing in my channel. I do have another a lens kit for my phone coming in, so maybe there'll be some different angles as well. I just thought it'd be fun to kind of play around and kind of upgrade the experience. And then I also have some more content planned for the channel this year, and the stand is going to allow me to do some of that. So diatribe aside, let's get into the beer review. And my Blue Pants Brewery glass finally came in. I'm so excited that I can finally give one of their beers the proper send-off review it deserves. If you're tired of my Blue Pants reviews, I'm sorry for that. I know I'm clogging my channel with Blue Pants right now, but they are no longer in full-time production. And so I just really, if you haven't seen my other Blue Pants videos, I'll just say it again right here in this video. I just really have taken it upon myself to give Blue Pants Brewery the proper send-off it deserves, and give it presence on the internet as far as beer reviews go, just so that we'll never forget, at least in the state of Alabama, what used to be here. We are doing the Blue Pants Brewery Chocolate Oatmeal Porter. It is brewed with floor malted Maris Otter, oat malt, and 2 types of chocolate malt. So there's that. They have a little malt to hop ratio scale. There's no hops in here supposedly, and then plenty of malt. So that'll be fun. How many? What's the ABV on this? Did they disclose the ABV? I thought they were supposed to disclose the ABV. I thought that was like a federal law, but with them not being in full-time production, hey, who the hell cares? Coming out in a nice amber color, not really brown. We'll give it an aggressive pour here, right at the end. That was great. All right, there's the can. Great head retention here. A lot of activity going on, a lot of bubbles going on. I'd say a medium brown colored head here, dissipating at a fairly slow rate, in my opinion, which I like a good head retention. Again, a lot of bubbles going on, a lot of activity here. I can see a very dark red highlights when I look through the glass, so this isn't a jet black beer by any means. If I had any sunlight, I would venture to say this is probably a brown beer with everything that I've read about this beer. Definitely some roast going on, not coffee-like. I feel like it's coming from the malts. Yeah, dark roasted bread for sure. I'd be lying to you if I said I got any chocolate. I'm really looking for that chocolate. And I'm not too privy on oatmeal, so I couldn't really tell you what the oats smell like. Yeah, just a deep, deep, rich roast is really what I'm getting. Uh, to me, it feels like a one-trick pony. But we'll get into the flavor and see what happens. So, unfortunately, I think this beer might have been tainted. I'm getting an off flavor of like blood or iron. I don't know if that falls into that medicinal category. This brewery not being in full-time production anymore, I don't know how long these beers sit on the shelf. I picked this beer up at Doss Beer House, and I feel like that place generally takes care of their stock, so I couldn't tell you where that medicinal iron off flavor's coming from. I'll have to check my books to see what can cause that kind of off flavor, and I might post that in the comments where that could possibly come from. It's a real shame that that's in this beer. The body is light. There's a thin water-like consistency, and when I'm hearing things like chocolate and porter and oatmeal, I'm wanting something a little more medium-bodied, maybe even going towards full. And this beer is just a little thin for me. I'm definitely getting all that roast for sure. And again, I don't think there's any coffee in here. I think it's just coming from a real dark roasted malt component. The body on here, I did say it was like a light, thin water consistency, but it does have a slight creaminess to it in the finish. It is a very wet finish, but it's also it's like a subtle semi-drying effect right at the end of the beer. I'm not getting any chocolate. If I'm getting any chocolate at all, it would be like super. Let me just make sure so I can articulate better. Yeah, I think if anything, I'm getting like a really dark chocolate, just kind of tied in with that roast. Not the greatest beer in the world in my opinion. I'm trying not to beat Blue Pants up, as I am a fan of some of the stuff they have made. I do have a good review of them. For me personally, I think that thin consistency and then that metallic blood thing going on just kind of ruins the beer for me. I have to give this beer a 1 out of 5. I'm sorry, Blue Pants. I'm just going to give this beer the benefit of the doubt and say that maybe this beer sat on the shelf for too long and something or another happened with this beer and is causing that off flavor. But it's definitely an off flavor. I don't feel like you should ever taste blood or iron in a beer, especially in a porter. And then that body, just I'm not a fan of thin, dark beers. A 1 out of 5. I can't recommend it to anybody, even if you do see it on your shelf. I would have to say consider other porters that look more appealing to you as opposed to this chocolate oatmeal porter. It's probably just too old at this point. 1 out of 5, Blue Pants Brewery. Unfortunately, not every beer you're going to drink is a winner. Makes me kind of sad because I don't like to beat up on the hometown heroes. But until next time, guys, cheers.